This past year, we've been driving a Fleetwood test coach and providing feedback.
And that feedback's been so well received, they've actually made changes based on it. But now we have an even greater opportunity.
Yep, the opportunity to help design an RV.
For us and the way we travel, a Class A motorhome really is the best.
Right. With that said, we haven't been able to find one that suits our style and our needs. And we're not alone in that.
No, we've heard from thousands of you saying pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, and we've talked about it a lot. We've wished for more clean lines.
More eco-friendly.
Something more stylish.
And modern.
Right, and something around 30 feet.
And most importantly, affordable.
Right, because let's face it, how many of us are looking for a big $1 million motorhome?
And really, that's what this collaboration is all about.
Yeah, it's about finding the needs of today's modern traveler and fitting that style and those needs.
Yeah, like our needs and hopefully your needs.
Yes.
So, over the past year, we've spent a lot of time in Decatur, Indiana at the Fleetwood factory.
And we've spent countless hours in meetings with these guys. They're our biggest allies in this project.
Steve is young, polished, calculated, and never has a bad hair day.
And Paul likes fast cars, motorbikes, and we're convinced he's secretly BFFs with the most interesting man in the world.
This year, the Bounder is getting a huge facelift, which makes it a fresh canvas for a new design.
We're no design experts, and this is a massive undertaking, so we've got a lot of questions. The first being, why let us design an RV?
And will it actually hit the market?
The whole goal in working with the two of you is allowing us to evaluate new ideas, not just for you personally, for your tastes, but evaluate ideas that your followers have expressed an interest in.
We want to create something modern, but how far can we go?
We're not talking contemporary in these coaches by any stretch of the imagination, because contemporary is a whole different language, right? But I think where we're going here is a little bit more simple, less busyness. You know, typically in most design language, simple is more elegant, and I think to me that's where we want to go.
They started off by throwing us into the torture room. The sample room. I think they stole this from my grandma's house.
We were told we couldn't change the floor plan or the cabinetry, but we could change the decor.
We started with the floor to give us a base. We were kind of thinking about going with something like these, which you did not put in our option pile, but we pulled them out anyway. So
This is brand new. So what we're in the process of evaluating this and testing it to make sure it will have long-term durability. We can put it in your Bounder so that we can test it and evaluate it, and you guys can be part of that evaluation.
okay, so if it holds up, then it's a possibility to go into production.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we get to be guinea pigs.
Yes.
Yep.
Yay!
So I'd really like to go with like an eco-friendly fabric like this one.
These are eco-friendly too.
They are?
Yeah.
A good number of them are
Yeah.
eco-friendly.
Even though they're retardant, like flame retardant.
Flame, I think the better word is flame resistant.
Oh, resistant. Yes.
Right.
So we can actually choose from these.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. I was hoping we could go with something like a nice soft linen or a cotton something. I just feel like a lot of times the fabrics are really stiff and hard, so I wanted something a little more soft and comfy.
In the industry, we're looking for materials that have a little bit more hand, as we call it, to them, a little bit more nap in the fabric to get the softness, because when we go with the thinner linens, and we have to then meet our federal regulatory requirements for flame retardancy, FMVSS 302.
Because I know exactly what that
Exactly,
is. Yeah.
right. When you add that type of coating to a fabric like that, it will get extremely stiff.
So you're saying this will be crispy by the time it's all done?
Yeah.
Right.
Sit down on it and you'll think you've sat on a pack of chips. You know?
We continue to move on, but there's way more barriers than we ever expected. From strict engineering standards to safety and durability testing, and of course, price.
The more expensive you go with a coach, the more you're leaning towards tile.
Okay.
The less expensive you're going in coach, the more you're leaning either towards
paper.
MDF, paper, or wallpaper borders.
For every question we have, it seems there's always an answer. And most of the time, it makes sense. Why couldn't we have just done like those stripes? Something more simple through the whole thing. Why does it have to be so crazy?
Well,
There's no answer for that, is there?
no, there is, but that is in that rear view of the vehicle, having something as linear as that is okay. Based on that length of the vehicle though, something linear as that would look really bad.
Yeah.
You need to get more movement down the side of the coach to help disguise that huge side view slab.
So I feel like we could go even more simple than this, right?
Yeah, absolutely. No, absolutely. I think though that there is a balance between a very traditional customer base that we have, who is used to seeing something that's more of what I would call the swirls and what you see a lot in the marketplace. And strike that against the balance that we're trying to do here with some of the newer coaches is to simplify that a lot more. So it's not a 180 departure from where Bounder was last year or where the industry is today, but it's migrating into a new direction.
So what about solar?
Not everyone wants solar, unfortunately, which means you don't want to just force a panel onto every coach we build, because then people are paying for stuff that they don't necessarily want or use. And it's, solar becomes a lot less green when you're forcing it on people that aren't using it. So, if we pre-wire the vast majority of our portfolio, it gives customers flexibility to add it at the dealership or to add it 2 years down the road after they figure out how they're really using the coach.
Right, how they're camping, and it allows them to customize their setup.
And without the need to do all this routing and tear up that you'd have to do if you hadn't pre-wired it.
Well, and just the pre-wire alone, that saves a ton of money for the customer, because for us, our installs have been so expensive because trying to run all those wires after the fact is such a pain. And then what about lithium? Because we're putting in those lithium batteries. Is that something that, if it goes well, is that a possibility at all?
It's very expensive. It's fabulous technology. It gives you lots of battery power in a very small space. You more likely see it as an option in a higher end coach, where the price of the batteries can be absorbed more by a high priced diesel.
While we don't always get the answers we want to hear, we feel like we've made a lot of positive progress with our collaboration.
There are 30,000 Fleetwood owners out there today who are potential customers to purchase again. And many of them do like the swirly designs or the dark furniture, and we have to be careful to appeal to all of them, and be good stewards of their brand loyalty. So that's why we offer multiple decors, and some of them have really dark leathers and really ornate fabrics and happen to be busy, and others are cleaner and simpler, and in an ideal world we have a variety of product lines to appeal to everybody.
This goes over just swimmingly on our on our debut and our website and everything, and everybody loves it.
Right.
You think Christmas time? Obviously we can't hold you to anything, but
yeah. So if this goes over well, there's absolute possibility that parts and pieces or all of it could be rolled into a special package that we'd offer to the marketplace. I fully expect some of the things to go over well and some of them not. That's how these situations work. You try a few things and you see what sticks.
Right.
And it's based on your taste, which isn't necessarily
the best.
Everybody's. Tell us how you really feel about it all.
It's based on your taste, which isn't really necessarily where everyone else in the world wants to go.
So here is what they've put together for their offerings, and here's what we have going on. Now all we can do is wait and see, and hope it doesn't look terrible. We're calling this project Resurrecting Dinosaurs, because creating change in an industry that's been doing things the same for so long is hard.
In our next video, we'll give you the grand tour of our new home, show you the design changes we were able to make, and what we still need your help with.
Yes, but remember, this isn't about creating an RV for us or about Fleetwood. This is about finding the needs of today's travelers and helping to make those changes.
So,
Stay tuned and we'll see you soon.
see you on the road. I'll see you soon. If you want to stay in the loop, subscribe.
Want more details on how all this came about and what's next? Click over to our site.
Or how about an adventure? Check this out.